Tapped in, tuned in, turned all the way on. This ain't just a vibe, it's a freak scene bomb. Ms.Blue in the building, oracle flow, cracking codes of the cosmos, now you already know. Yeah. Ride the wave, feel the light, it's frequency love tonight. Ms.Blue gon' take you higher, burning truth with sacred fire. Stay hungry, this is soul talk, rebirth from the womb. Say it with me, I can alter my course at any time. Tap in, turn on. Your higher self already logged in.
Oh my goodness. Welcome on in, everyone. Higher insight to everyone out there. Peace and greetings. Wow. I want to welcome you all in, and I'm so glad you all are joining me here live. And thank you all for letting me know where you're all tuning in from. Yeah. Wow. Just so good to see everybody in the building tonight. I am getting myself all situated here. So thank you all for your patience tonight. How are you all feeling? How are you all doing? I want us to take this moment. It is so many things that is happening. And so even though you guys know that I am still recalibrating with my voice here, I want it to really come on. It's just a great time for us to tap in, especially with this energy of 7/7. And I know you all can feel it. Let me know if you are feeling this energy of this 7/7 vibe that is here. And I want to say welcome to you all. I am Ms.Blue, and I am going to be here and hosting you all for the next hour. Hopefully we come in, we do what we need to do here. I want to give a big shout out because just as I was going live, and I actually went to go and make sure that we were live, that we were really, really live. And I see that I could actually set some goals. I don't know if this is something new on YouTube. You know, YouTube is always coming up with very creative and innovative ways for us to connect and come together. And I love it. Because this is the home of where my community is, at least a major part of the community that has turned into other communities that we all gather in. And so I set some goals tonight. I don't know if you guys can see it on your end, but the goals are there. The goals are there. So if you can see it, we get some super chats, and I'm going to give you guys a live activation Zoom call if we can meet these goals tonight. But one of the goals that I want us to meet tonight is to come here, is to come present, as we always do, come together collectively as a soul tribe, as a soul community together. Again, you guys, I'm over here working with my voice here as I go through this calibration. And it's so funny because I haven't had one, I don't think this long, for a while. So I'm always super excited because it's so much magic and so much beauty and insights and downloads that I get when I'm going through this recalibration. And because of the line of the work that I do, of course, the voice, the throat chakra needs to be recalibrated. It needs to be. And I am so here for it. So we're going to be talking about this energy update. That's what I'm going to be diving into. And I want to encourage you all to grab something to drink, something to write with, so you can take some notes. And not necessarily take notes based on what I'm saying, but I want you to also be in that mode of inspiration and if I can talk, and allowing inspired energy to come in. As I'm speaking this, it is 7:11 right now. So there. I want to give a big shout out to all the Cancers in the building. So I want to give a big shout out to all the Cancers in the building. Where you at, Cancers? In the building. Happy Born Day to everyone celebrating a born day. We're going to be tapping in. And so much of this 5D energy is here. And, so much of this 3D energy is still here. So much is going on. So much is happening and all around the world. I just really, really thought it would be good for us to get together. I've had to kind of slow down just a little bit on my sessions for this week. So I've sent emails out. Hopefully we got emails back from everyone to apologize. But especially if we're going to be in a session for at least an hour to 2 hours, I don't want to be kind of dragging you along, with my voice sounding like this. But everyone has been so understanding for us to kind of space them out just a little bit more. So welcome, welcome, welcome on in. And I'm so glad you guys are joining us from all over the world. And I'm so glad you guys are here. We're going to be diving into this. I want to give a big shout out to all the visionaries in the building. And also let me know if there's any new listeners in the building. If this is your very first time tuning in, I want to be the first to say welcome, welcoming you on in. So glad that you are here and joining us as well. So let me know if this is your very first time. right? Let's also get those likes up because that's a way that we do kind of connect with the algorithm here and send our frequency out into the world. And right now, more than ever, we need to be sending out these high vibes. So I will kindly ask you guys, it really, really will help the channel and also show your support for me if you could just hit that like button as we dive into this energy. And I think we said this already. I can't even remember the last time we were together, but I want to say this. Welcome to the month of July, right? I think we did something in July, but welcome to the month of July. And you guys definitely want to invite. You want to send invites out, screenshots, whatever it feels for you to send that energy over. We got a lot of Cancer energy in the building. Oh, wow. You're a Cancer and you're born on this day, 7/7. Wow, 1966. So I have balance, the 7/7 harmony with the 6/6. And I'll be in harmony. So true. And happy born day to you as well, David. And good to have you here in the building. Yes. How powerful to be born on this day. We're going to talk about that. That's some of the things that we'll be diving into. Is we're going to be tapping in to this 7/7 energy, and I know many of you have felt this energy. And even though there are some things going on right now, it's 7/11, it's 7/11, it's 7/11 where I am. Why am I stuck on 7/11? Y'all, listen, it's 7:15, but look, it still says 7/11. I love it when my guides and angels come through and really want to bring a message home. And so I love that. So this 7/7 frequency, it really is a frequency of awareness. And I know you can feel that. It is some strong awareness today. We are really riding these waves, serious waves that are coming in. And there's a strong awakening that's coming in. And that awakening energy is connected with this 7/7 energy. Because one of the things you would have noticed, and we're going to get into all of these ascension symptoms. I know we talk a lot about them, but these ascension symptoms, I don't think right now we got 7/7 likes, right? We got more than that in the building, but we got 7/7 likes. And I want to say thank you to the sister, the powerful sister, New Diamond. Thank you so much for the super chat donation. It is greatly appreciated as well. And thank you so much for being here. Listen, a couple of nights ago, you guys, I woke up to some visions, some downloads. And we're going to talk about some of those. But more importantly, I want you all to be in tune with you. Your signs, your symbols, things that are coming in for you right now. This energy is coming in because it is really helping you to become one with Source. This is what the signs and symbols are really for, is for you to become one with Source. And I want you to remember that, okay? Because we're going to be tapping into this energy, not looking at it from a fearful position and not even really putting any kind of extra pressure on ourselves, but really for more awareness, right? We are living in some uncharted times. And so based upon the frequency and energy that we are holding right now is going to determine how we move forward. So I want you to know that this is a powerful moment to check the cosmic airways and to ask. And I want us all to really ask this because during this month, real heavy in July, right? It really is asking this question, what is my body feeling? And I don't know about you all, but for the last couple of days, I've been doing a little moving around. But one of the things I've definitely been making sure that I am tuning in more to how my body is feeling, right? And really, really listening to that at a soul level and honoring that. It's going to be so important with us kind of fluxing between 3D and 5D and becoming more crystalline and all of these different things. I want you to really kind of connect yourself more with your body. It's going to be so, so important. And the other thing is, what is my spirit noticing? Not your mind, but really your spirit. You know, those things that sort of kind of pull you out of the moment, and bring you into that space, in that space of gratitude, in that space of reverence, in that space of honor, in that space of just pure awareness. When there is something that just really calls your attention and you happen to see it, and you see it for real. You see it from beyond. I want to welcome you all in. Thank you. What I love is the community. Absolutely. And yes, we see that from so many more other communities. So thank you for that acknowledgement, Brother Rich. And I see some of the other people you have on the list, Young Elder, D. Dell, and many, many or more. Yes, we are really, really doing some powerful work. And I see that collectively coming together. And I'm so excited for that portion of where we're at right now, where we're headed, and, you know, more things to come. And so think about that. What is your spirit noticing? What is your spirit noticing? And what kind of things have your spirit been noticing? My spirit has been noticing more things about the work I do, you know, which isn't really work, the connection, the community, the things that are important to me, more about the values, who's showing up. Like who's showing up, but more importantly, how am I showing up? Am I showing up as my authentic self and allowing that awareness to come full circle with it, right? Another thing is, what part of me is ready to move closer to a higher way of living? And I want us to think about that, because that's a big calling I've been feeling, like more in a higher way of living. How can I move in a higher way of living? Meaning really good food, right? Eating some healthy, juicy food, you know, good food that is good for the body, good for the spirit, good for the mind, just good for, you know, good for me, food that is alive, that is electrifying. Remind me to tell you guys about something else. And water has always been something that's heavy on my mind. Those of you who are OGs, you know that I'm a real water baby. I love water. I love drinking water. I love being around water. I love being in water, not oceans and seas. I like being around them. I don't want to be in the ocean and I don't want to be in the sea. But I have a love for water. And that is something on the planet. I felt it in my spirit and spoke about it so many times, that I feel is one of those things that is kind of under attack in some sort of ways on the planet at this time. Like there's a race for the waters. And we'll talk a little bit more about that in the ascension process, right? But I want you to think about what part of me is ready to move closer to a higher way of living, you know, a higher way of living. When it comes to friendships, when it comes to community, when it comes to love, when it comes to connection, when it comes to values, and when it comes to stability. What part of you is ready to move? Think about it in all those ways. And so when we're talking about this 7-7 energy, that's what we're going to dive into a little bit more. We're also going to get into 17 ascension symptoms and talk about what those 17 are. These are going to be some of the more common 17 ascension symptoms. Trust me, there are so many more than those 17. And then we're going to talk about what it really means to shift towards 5D, not towards escaping Earth, because that's not a thing, right? But a deeper embodiment. Can we get a deeper embodiment of peace, a deeper embodiment of love? Like, I have really been feeling this. And you all let me know, either in the comments section or in the chat. Let me know if you've been feeling this as well. So a deeper connection with peace, a deeper connection with love and intuition, just really, really a deeper sort of connection with intuition and a deeper connection with truth, with my truth, So we're going to talk about all of those. So let us just take a breath. Get ourselves grounded. And I want us all to just kind of come into the room here with an open heart, right? Because good morning, good night, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you're tuning in from. This is not about becoming something new. Going to 5D is not sort of leaving you behind. In fact, it is more about the embodiment. It's about recognizing the higher version of you, the part of you that has already been showing itself to you over the last couple of years. Over the last couple of years, you've caught a glimpse of your future self. Back in the day, one of the things I would tell people when you want to see who you were in a past life, I can't remember who first came up with this, but one of the things they tell you to do is to go in the bathroom mirror. And when you're in the bathroom mirror, I want you to close your eyes. And if you look at yourself in the bathroom mirror, open your eyes fast. Turn to the left, turn to the right, and just turn your head and go in different directions. You can see what you were in a past life. Who here has ever done that? Who here has ever done that? Or maybe you're innocently getting up, you're getting dressed for work, or it's in the middle of the night. You get up and you go to the bathroom, and all of a sudden you catch a glimpse of yourself in the mirror and you see a completely different person. When I say completely different, I mean your gender may change, your skin complexion may change, your eyes may change, your hair looks different, and you think, wow, who was that reflection that I just seen in the mirror? You guys have done it. Oh my goodness. Yes, that has caught me off guard. I looked in the mirror one day and I seen the whole reflection. Spooked me out. This was many, many years ago, but I was able to catch a glance of myself, and in that reflection, I seen myself. I had blonde hair, green eyes. Honey, listen, it was a whole nother person up in that mirror that I seen, and it was a part of myself in a past life. Another time I looked at myself in the mirror and I seen that I was Asian. I was, I had this hat on and this thing like a ninja wrapped around my face. And oh my goodness, I was a ninja. Even seen the sword in my back. I was like, whoa, I could see that. So it's really, really cool. you can see that this energy that we have here is really opening this energy up. Cancer, this new moon in Cancer, definitely it's going to be speaking to past lives. That energy is coming on board. Even now, people from your past coming back, like a lot of things from the past. We have this wave that's coming in, and this wave of energy that's coming in. It's bringing a lot of things with it, right? So we're going to keep going. We're going to talk about that and really, 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 really recognize what's really going on now. I'm so glad to see you all in the building. Welcome everyone on in. Let's get those likes up. Let's send those invites out so we can continue. So we're going to talk about some principles. First, we're going to talk about this whole thing about 5D. It's not a new concept. We've heard about it. Many of us for many, many years. I know for me, during one of my phases of awakening, when I learned about the different dimensions, I heard about the 5D. It is possibly one of the more fascinating things that is happening. I want you to understand that we're moving towards a time now where this is becoming more accessible to us. And, you know, that's a part of our quest here for many of us. You know, there was a time in the history on the planet where running water was not accessible to many people, but now it is very accessible, not to everyone, but there's a large portion of the world where that is accessible. And so I want you to think about these dimensions in that same kind of light. Like, yeah, kind of think of it in that same light. But before we get into the 7 principles, I think we definitely need to dive in to the 7-7 energy. This 7-7 energy is not just this moment. So I don't want you to think about we're on 7-7. It's currently 7:30 where I am. This isn't a moment. So when these things are happening, what they're doing is it's opening up a gateway. It's opening up a portal. And that portal is going to have a ripple effect that continues to go on till infinity. So think about it that way. This portal is opening 7-7 and it's going to stay open. You can ride these waves for the rest of your life. And I want us to understand that about all of these significant points of where we are. It's not a one-time event. It's not, it happened today and in 24 hours, it's over and nothing goes on. No, it's a continuation of this energy. So, I want to talk about 7 things to really, really kind of make a note to self about this 7-7 energy. Okay. And I want you all to kind of stay with me here. This portal opening up with 7-7 is giving you greater access so that you can move into the 5D. But one of the things that I always tell you guys is that the higher up in the dimensions you go, the more grounded you must be within yourself, within your consciousness, within your awareness, right? And the better we must take care of our bodies because your body has to go with you. I want to make this clear. No one will be left behind. So I don't want you to think, well, maybe I'm going to be the one left behind. No, you're not going to be left behind. No one gets left behind, and we're not leaving Earth. We're not escaping Earth. We're not leaving Earth. It is going to be based upon a frequency. And this is something that so many have wrote about and spoke about and connected with and even tapped in. The difference is now we have more access to it. And I just want you all to just hear my perspective on it. We have more access to it. Before they talked about what it was, they talked about how to connect with it. Now you could be, Johnny on the block and you can tap into 5D. Let that sink in. Like, there is no requirement of the world or through a system that can get you in there. You can go there, not knowing anything about any of this, and you can tap into 5D. Now, let's talk about the things about this 7 things to note about this 7-7 energy. And I want you all to let me know in chat, okay, how you feel about this, okay? This portal is about your system adjusting to more light. So if you've been feeling as this energy has been coming in, and I know I have really in my throat chakra, right? I told you guys when it started recalibrating. But if you've been feeling something in your body, maybe you've been extremely tired, or maybe you've been extremely restless. Maybe you have felt, a lot of things come up for you. Some of you are having life reviews right now. You are about to reincarnate on Earth. Now, that's not everybody, but there is a percentage of the collective that is going to reincarnate. Meaning you're getting ready to become someone, like most of us are not becoming someone different. You are going to become something different. What you do, where you live, how you show up in the world, even how you physically look. These things are changing because some of you have come into having a clarity about what no longer fits in your life. And I guarantee you, if you haven't done it as of watching this, you have made a declaration to yourself over the last 7 days of the things that you're going to be committed to going forward, that you are going to change in your life. That is your mission. That is your mission. Let me know if that is you. So out of the 7 things to note about this 7-7 portal energy, you may feel clearer about what no longer fits in your life. What no longer fits in your life. Like, you absolutely know what no longer fits in your life. Now, your body may be sending you signs that it wants more rest. It wants more rest. Your body could be letting you know that it needs more water. And all water is not created equal. So one of the things I will tell you all, if you are drinking reverse osmosis water, or if you are drinking distilled water, or if you're just drinking tap water, or if you're drinking spring water, I don't care what kind of water you're drinking. This is what I would encourage you to do. Because I heard this, I can't remember where I heard this or read this, but one of the things when I was studying about water that I discovered is that you may actually be drinking water and you may be depleting your minerals, your vitamins. You may be harming yourself with the water you're drinking. Because if it doesn't have enough of the minerals, the essential minerals in the water that you're drinking, then what water does, think about what Bruce Lee taught us about water. and we understand about the element of water, one of the strongest elements on the planet. And we're on a water planet. Most of our physical body is water. Then the water you're drinking job is to sort of emerge itself with things. So when you're drinking water, it could even be well water, whatever kind of water, that water could actually be pulling out the minerals and vitamins, more minerals in your body, and you're just flushing out what you have in. So one of the things I will tell you that you must add is some trace minerals in your water. Trace minerals. Good to take the vitamins, good to have some of the electrolyte, but I guarantee you, you are not getting enough of it. There is no source on this planet, unfortunately, anymore where you can get enough of it. So trace minerals is going to be recommended for you to put those trace mineral drops in your water. I promise you, it will change the way you think. We don't have the same kind of soil on the planet that our mothers had, or even our mothers or our fathers had. The world is different. There's so many things, airborne pathogens and things that have come, and that ingress of all of the things in our atmosphere, all of the things that we've been putting in our oceans and our waters, all of those things that we're doing has changed the way our environment responds to the things that we need. So trace minerals. Hey, Jennifer. Jennifer said, I just added that today. Yes, you guys, please, especially with this heat and weather that we have, I promise you it's going to make a difference. And here's the other thing. I won't talk about it here. I'm going to see if we can go in, but I'm not going to talk about it here. But I want you to watch how clearer you become once you start adding trace minerals in your water. Now, one of the things I will do after the show, just give me a little bit of time, I will link some that I have been using for years and years and years. I will link some down in the show notes afterwards so that you can connect with it. So one of the questions is, Ms.Blue, Leah says, what about the water that the data centers are drinking all up? Yeah, so here's the thing. A lot of the data centers that are in the oceans and in the seas, they're moving there. And I kind of understand why they want to move there as opposed to being in a city or a town, is because the water in the ocean and the sea is not the water we drink. Right? But it is a whole world that is in there, sea life that is in that water. So we'll have to get into that. That's going to be one of our deep dives. And hopefully you guys can see we have, I love this. I don't know if TT is influencing YouTube, but YouTube got up here where we can set goals for tonight. Where we can set goals. So we got some goals. So we're going to talk about that. So that's a great question. I'm going to make a note on that. And by the way, I want to say, oh my gosh, thank you all for the community questions. Like, that was so beautiful to dive into. And I want us to do that again. Maybe we'll do it once a month or throughout. But you guys did amazing about asking collective questions. I definitely, the more that we get into this, I definitely will be giving more to it. And I think I will record it, because recording it then I don't have to worry about kind of managing, or if I'm boring you guys, or if I'm going in too deep. I can really sit with the question and really channel it and just allow the answers to naturally flow in that way and give it the time. I think it's going to be a cross between some we do live and some I record, but I think it was so powerful. And I want to say thank you to everyone who submitted questions, everyone who tuned into the show, everyone who responded. It just touched my heart so much. And I'm so glad that as a community, we can ask collective questions and begin to dive into that. And I thought it was just so beautiful. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yes. And thank you all for going back. I see so many of you are going back and watching the prediction show I did for 2026. That's important too. So let's keep going. So we're on question number 2, and that is your body may be asking you for more rest. And that's so important, you guys. Please listen to your body asking for more water. It may be asking for just quiet, just for you to be in a space that is quiet, that is peaceful. Your body could be asking you for that. It could be asking for simplicity, really just the simple things. And I want you to think about it. Yeah. So I want you to think about that. Now, number 3, and we're talking about the 7 things to note to self about this 7/7 energy portal that has opened. Old emotions may rise only so you can finally move. So if something old is coming back up, I want you to look at this as an opportunity to grow. It's an opportunity for your growth. You understand? Another thing that battles with this 7/7 energy, and I don't want you to just think about today. Today is an activation portal, no doubt, but this whole 7 energy that we'll be in for this month really has a lot to do with ego energy. Because here, the 7 energy really wants you to get into the superconscious. It wants you to take your intellect, which is different from your lower ego, your intellect and your intuition, and really utilize both hemispheres. So after you use your intellect on something, you shift over to your intuition and you bring them two together, and the superconscious opens up. So if you look at the number 7 itself, it looks like a lightning rod, because this is the opportunity for you to bring heaven down to earth, right? In a grounded way. So listen to your body. That's number 2. Number 3, old emotions may rise, but they're only coming up so you can finally move on. Now, with this whole month, and especially because we have this double dose of this Cancer energy that is here, and in this 7th month here, your intuition should be feeling sharper. It should be faster. It should be more direct. It should be coming to you in that way, like in every area of your life, not just so you can answer a question, not just, when you're talking to somebody or something has happened, but just intuitively, you should be feeling this energy coming in sharper, faster, right? And just very, very direct. So that's number 4 about the 7 things to note to self about this 7/7 energy. And then here's number 5. And I want you all to let me know how you can relate to this one, because this one is a big one, okay? And that is, time may feel strange. Time could feel strange to you. It could feel almost like it's dreamlike, like you're literally looking at the clock or you're literally looking around at things and you're just like, it's just strange. It could feel like time is moving so fast. And on the other hand, it could feel strange, like time is just slowly moving. So I want you to think about that. That's another one. That's going to be number 5. And number 6, this is a big one for me. Here, you all let me know. You crave peace over proving yourself. Peace. Just let me be at peace, okay? I want to be in my peace. Be in that place of stillness within yourself and just embodying peace and not trying to prove yourself. Not any of that. That's number 6. Number 7. This one. Your soul may be calling you into a higher version of yourself. Letting you know, there is some changes that you must make. Changes in your relationship, changes in your friendship, changes in the work you're doing, changes in the way you talk to yourself, changes in the food you eat, changes in the time you get up, changes in the time you go to sleep, just changes. And you feel this as a soul level, that it's calling you into a higher version of yourself. And you can't deny it. You won't deny it. You just cannot and you won't deny it. You just cannot deny it. And you won't. You won't deny it. You're like, yes, I know. I got to do something different. Yes, I know. It's got to be different. It's got to be different. So I want you all to know that's not your imagination. That's not your imagination. Yeah. So now we're going to talk about 7 energies activated by this 7-7 energy. Do we want to do that? No. We're going to go through the 17 Ascension symptoms first. Okay? All the changes, Ms.Blue. I'm on your street. Listen. We're going to talk about this. We're going to talk about it because I know you guys are feeling it. And I definitely said, listen, Blue, get yourself together. You're going to come on. So let's talk about the 17 Ascension symptoms. And we've gone through some of these before here on the channel, but I want to talk about them again because this is going to be a heightened moment for it. You could instantly wake up feeling your best self, thinking you're getting ready to go conquer the world, and then zoop, sudden tiredness. It just comes over you. And you just get sleepy. And it's like all of your plans is out the window. You might have been on your way out the door. You might have just called a friend and said you on your way. And suddenly you're like, I'm tired. I'm going to go lay down. I have done that twice this week after I finished working and stuff, getting ready to go do getting dressed, everything, and just took off my clothes, took a shower, got back in the bed. Nope, not going nowhere. So this is an Ascension symptom. As we continue to move through the photon belt, because we're We're traveling at a high rate of speed through space. We are definitely on our interstellar journey. I see you guys have all of these things that are happening to you. Oh my goodness. I'm glad I am not alone here. Not alone here. Just not alone here. Oh no. You said yes, never got out of bed. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Yes, these are ascension symptoms. And this is why I'm saying we must make sure that we are taking care of our body. We must make sure that we have those minerals in our body. It is so needed for us to have it within our bodies. And it's nothing to be played with. You understand? We got work to do on the planet. We have powerful work to do on the planet. So we really, really need to take care of ourselves and rest. And so getting that needed rest, that's what we need to do. That's a strong ascension symptom. Usually when that is happening, you have a lot of cells within your body that are in the process of crystallizing themselves. They're about to crystallize themselves. And usually when you get up the next day, there will be a coolness that comes over you. And you may feel, and some people have explained this to me, so you all let me know some of the symptoms, like they feel a little strange in their body. They feel in their body, but something feels a little different. And it takes them a moment to catch their thoughts, because your energy is recalibrating, learning how to move in your field a little different. And it may bring back thoughts that you haven't had since you've been a child, or a memory that you totally forgot about. You could be in the kitchen. You could be taking a shower. It often happens when you're in water and you get this download or this memory about something that happened, and you catch yourself saying, wow, I forgot about that. I did do that already. It may be some things that you totally forgot about that you already did. And it really starts to bring to you a lot of your wins, a lot of things you didn't celebrate, a lot of things you didn't take time to acknowledge. And you start to have these memories about all of these things you've done up until this point. So just be noted of that. Ascension symptom number, symptom is number 2 is vivid dreams. Because these dreams are coming in hot. These dreams are coming in so hot and so vivid. Like literally everything in the dream is there, and you are not just lucid dreaming. You are waking up consciously within the dream, and you're present. And you can remember when you come back. And there's almost like a haze. It's almost a haze over you, and you're feeling that haze that's even over you when you wake up. It's like you're still in the dream. You're like, what in the world is going on? Am I still in the dream, or am I here? Or you'll find yourself asking the question, did this really happen? Or did I dream this? And so that's another one of the major ascension symptoms. I want you to also pay attention to the work that you're doing in the dream. There's a lot of classes going on. It's a lot of initiation going on in the astral realm. And so you could very well be getting training for something to come from you in the dream world. By the way, shouts out to everybody who attended the Astro Dream class. That was cool. We'll do some more. But also, It could be something in life, in this life, that you're going to be working on, working with, helping you to bring that memory, past life memories, these things in the dream world. So a lot of people are going through initiations in the dream world because this is where we are going through the dream world. Okay. Ascension symptom number 3. Ringing in the ear. I hear this one a lot. So many people are like, oh my God. Oh my God. The ringing in my ear, the humming in the ear. It's 2 things. It could be, or just sound sensitive, period. Like you're so sensitive to the sound. You are raising your frequency and moving between dimensions. And now I want you all to remember, because this is going to be a big thing. I've had about 2 emails come in of people having major surgery, having a lot of issues with teeth and gums, having women having hysterectomy or fibroid surgeries, these surgeries. And here's what I want to tell you. This is something that I will keep echoing, that my guide teachers have really shown me and taught me. As a healer, my goal is to help you facilitate healing. I know I shifted there. We're going to get back to the ringing in the ear. But my goal is to help you heal regardless. And you can't be so fixed and locked into one or more system. You want to use whatever's right for you. For some clients that I work with, if they're not in the position to do the work holistically, naturally, to turn the situation around, sometimes it may be better for them to go ahead and have whatever is done, so that they can begin to heal there. Things take a long time before they come into the physical. Everything starts in the unseen world first. And right now, a lot of people are preparing their bodies so that they can move into the higher frequency of 5D. And so this is the time that you want to get those things done. If you're faced with it, know that it's not coming up because you've done something wrong. And sometimes I hear people, remember, we're all spiritual people here on the planet. And doing something out of fear is never a good idea. And not doing something out of fear is not a good idea as well, too. So I want to talk about that. I'm going to get into all this throat stuff because, I'm dealing with my own throat stuff. I don't have the cough, but I want y'all to know, for those of you who have the cough, this is also a recalibration and a clearing. There is a clearing of your throat chakra. If you have that cough, there is something that you need to speak your truth about. There is some things that need to clear, and you're getting an upgrade and a recalibration of it. So we're going to get into that. But I wanted to add that in there because I got some emails on that and I wanted to talk about it. But let's go back to the ringing in the ear. The ringing in the ear, it's a couple of things that I have seen for people who have the ringing in the ear. If there is a dominant ear, like you can hear it more louder in one ear than the other ear, there is a recalibration that is being done for you to be able to go more into your intuitive hearing. So more of your clairaudience. So listening to your intuition and your higher self through that clear higher hearing. So if it is a hum, like a low grade hum, and you cannot hear that low grade hum, it's just a constant little hum that you hear in the background. When you hear that humming in the background, this is the pineal gland attempting to release, right, more of that golden liquid to help you enlighten and open up your crown chakra. This is where your vortex is over your head. And so that ringing is trying to help you open up the pineal gland so your third eye can open and balance itself out. So you're going to need to take care of yourself. You're going to need to eat some good food, all the things, drink some good water, all of these different things you're going to really need to make sure you're getting the rest that you need. And then also, you want to make sure that there's nothing else going on. I see this all the time. You don't get to say that this is an ascension symptom, okay? And stop right there. If this continues to go on, then you need to go get it checked out. Because just because it's an ascension symptom, once it makes its way to the body, then the body has to be treated. So we have to take care of all of our bodies. You can't just stop and keep sitting at home going, oh, it's ascension symptom. No. That's not how that works. You want to make sure that you're taking care of yourself, okay? Taking care of yourself. So I want to kind of get that out there for the ringing in the ear. The ringing in the ear has to do with the pineal gland, has to do with the crown chakra, has to do with you lifting your veil. And so what that requires is for you to be more present in your day-to-day action. Be more present in what's happening in your world. Take action on those things that your spirit is telling you to take action on. Rest when it's time to rest. Being in your awareness. And then you will be able to allow that calibration to happen more naturally, more in a flow, right? And then also, it's a lot of things kind of floating in our atmosphere. And so you could be picking up those sonic booms, those sonic noises, the things that go bump in the middle of the night, those things that are flying in the air during the day, and you're picking up on that energy. So sensitivity to the sound, sensitivity to energy is a recalibration, but ultimately it is connected with your crown chakra, okay? Your crown chakra. Remember, the veil on the planet is thin. However, this veil, you got a veil over your crown. That's your job to raise that veil up. And you only do that through inner work, through your intuition. And right now, the Schumann resonance is doing some little funky things out in the atmosphere. Earth vibration is there because it's really calling us to release, It's really pulling on you. You may have this wild idea to just go and get rid of a whole bunch of your clothes or throw away a whole bunch of things in the kitchen or clean out your garage. You may start getting these bursts. Listen to them. It doesn't mean to throw everything out, but definitely make sure you are listening to it, listening to this energy. Okay. So now let's go to number 4. We're going to go through 17, and here is number 4. And that is pressure around the head, around the crown, and around the third eye. This again, crystallizing. This is going, this is an elevation in your consciousness attempting to come through. So it kind of goes hand in hand with the ringing in the ear, but everyone may not be getting the ringing in the ear. You may feel like there is tension or pressure, just around the head and around your crown chakra, or even in this third eye. This you're going to want to go outside and get some sun. Sun is good for everything, but let's keep it a buck, right? Right now on the planet, it's 100+ degrees places. So go outside. But the main thing I want you to do, if you're having pressure around your head, you're having pressure in your crown, your third eye, I want the first thing when you open your eyes that you do is to let your eyes see sunlight. That's going to be so important. Let your eyes see sunlight. Even if you go outside for 5 or 10 minutes and you just are outside looking, so you can allow the sunlight to come in to have that quickening to happen, that quickening for your third eye to happen, to reset. These are individuals who need a reset. This would be great for you to walk in the grass, find you some beautiful grass, if it's grass where you're living at, and put your feet in the grass for 5 or 10 minutes and just allow your body to do that. If you're living on another hemisphere and that's not possible, get you a grounding mat. And either the grounding mat to stand on the grounding mat, but still you want the sunlight, or you want one of those lamps that you buy that can mimic the sun. And you need to have that in your presence for at least an hour or two a day so that you can take in that sunlight. Because this is a reset. A reset is happening. This is a whole reset that you're going through at this time. And of course, you want to keep drinking beautiful water. You want to get the water with the trace minerals in your water. You want to rest. You want to definitely rest. And here's another thing that I want you to do, and this is for any part of the body, is humming. You want to hum. It's going to be important. Put your teeth together. Take your tongue, put it on the roof of your mouth. You will see how your energy shifts. You will see how your energy centers clear up. You can probably even hear the different tone within my body, how the energy will start to make sure that it is coming in your body, but it is also going to where it needs to go within the body. So if you find yourself, so many of us, we sit down. I know I'm doing sessions and I'm sitting, at this altar, and I am talking to people either on the phone, or I'm working on the computer, or I'm constantly in a session, or I'm doing some sort of Reiki energy healing, and I'm standing up over people, and I'm doing all of that. And energy, as it comes in the body, it can get a little thrown off. It's a way to sort of reground, recenter ourselves. Sugar Mama 52 says, I've been humming a lot lately, and I usually don't, because you've been feeling it within your energy naturally to be able to do that. So that's what I want you all to do, no matter what is going on in your body. Humming, taking that humming sound is going to help you to move that energy and to reset yourself. Now, if you want to get fancy with it, here's something I've been giving out for more than a decade and a half. You can say your name, hum your name. So I will say my name like Blue. Blue, and you're just going to play with the vibration until you hit your sweet spot. And you will know when you hit your sweet spot, because you will be vibrating from the tips of your toes to the top of your head. Your whole body will start to vibrate. And I give that out all the time. The children love working with it. It's best to do when you're just getting out the shower or right before you're going to bed, and just sit down with your legs crossed in a comfortable position and just say your name. And you're pulling that energy from the tips of your toes all the way up throughout the top of the head. You're going to know, because your whole body is going to start vibrating, and that's what you want. That's what you want. So next, let's go to the next one. So number 5 of 17 Ascension symptoms that we're going to be talking about. This one is an emotional wave. Woo! Like the waves in the ocean, these emotional waves, and they could be coming in very powerful. And then just as quick as you felt it, it passes on through. This is when you have to stay centered. You know what the monks would call is the Dantian, or one of the parts of the Dantian. You want to stay centered and feel it. So if you feel a strong emotion come over you, that sort of kind of grips you. You could be angry. You could be upset. You could be yelling. You could be, happy or joyful. Give yourself a chance for this emotional wave to come in. Emotions are not about suppressing them. It's about embodying them. They are here to give you intel, to give you information. TT said, I've been crying and laughing. Yes, like that fast. You go from there. Just ride the wave. Just allow it. And if it is gripping you so hard and you feel like you can't get out of the moment, I want you to visualize a cloud. And just like the cloud that's floating in the sky, I want you to send that energy into the cloud, right? And then watch the cloud float away. If you're outside, I've given this out to children over the years. Find a cloud in the sky. And send that emotion, send that overwhelming energy that is not moving out of you. Send it to the cloud. And I want you to watch the cloud starts to move away as it begins to carry this emotion away. But some of these are going to come in quick and they're going to leave. That's an ascension symptom. You may be thinking about a loved one, an ancestor, someone who passed away, and all of a sudden you may be crying, you may be upset, you may be sad, and then boom, you have another thought. And you think about the wonderful time you had and you start to laugh, and suddenly you're in a different energy completely. Okay? That's an ascension symptom. It is really there letting you know you are riding the cosmic waves. You're riding the waves and you're learning. Remember, we're still in Cancer season, and this is when we learn about our emotional intelligence, that we don't let ourselves get stuck into these lower gripping emotions. Not that we're not supposed to feel them, of course. They all have their place. You just can't live in all of them. So that's that one. Let's go to number 6. Ooh, feeling detached from your old habit. You may have had a bad habit, and suddenly now it's not gripping you. It's not gripping you anymore. Like I can literally go in the store and see a whole display of Godiva chocolate. And I can look at it and say, oh, that's cute. That's so pretty, and keep walking. I no longer feel the need that I got to go over there to that Godiva chocolate and I got to get me a piece. I just got to get a taste. I don't have to get a taste anymore. So you start to feel detached from your old habits. Maybe an old habit is no matter what was going on, if your phone chimed, if it beeped for a second, you had to pick it up. You had to, even if you were talking to someone, even if you were driving, you had to pick up your phone and you had to see what the message is. You had to. If they binged you on TikTok, or if they binged you on YouTube. Somebody left a comment. You had to go back immediately and answered, or somebody sent you a DM on Instagram. No matter what you was doing, you had to stop. You had to do it. It's a bad habit. Maybe you had a bad habit that every single time somebody told you, I need you to do this, I need you to do this, you was jumping to go do it. No matter what you was doing, you stopped. Now, don't get me wrong. It is some importance to be there for the people we care and we love. But we're talking about things that had become a habit and not a healthy habit, a habit that was holding us back. You understand? And so maybe your habit was, you were seeing more things against yourself than for yourself, and you learned how to switch that around. And so you don't instantly go for the negative, you really start to look at things different. This is also letting you know where you are growing in your maturity, especially when it comes to ascension symptoms, right? So let's go to the next one. Number 7. And I absolutely love this one. Craving cleaner food and wanting more water. Let me know in chat if that's you. You've just been craving, like you want cleaner food, and you have a taste for some more water, like at that time. This is also letting you know the recalibration of this higher, taking in more light, more energy. This is coming in. Number 8, and this one here, see how you're feeling about this, particularly now that we're in the month of July, because these are the ascension symptoms. Some dominant one that is here, wanting more solitude, like really resting in that space of solitude. And you're starting to recognize the difference between being alone and lonely. And you just want to be in that place of solitude, just by yourself. You're okay with it. You are just really loving it. You're just absolutely loving your solitude, just loving it. I see so many of you guys are craving cleaner foods. I see that, and craving more salads. Yeah. You guys are really, really, really feeling that. Bad habits, wasteful spending, and mindfulness. Yes, that's a real one too. That's a real one. Yeah. Okay. You guys are really, really tapped in. So more of that, letting you know. So here's another one, number 9. You can tell your intuition is heightened. You can tell. And you know the difference between your mind answering a question and your intuition. Because often when your intuition is coming in, it blows your mind. It blows the mind out the water. You like, oh, wow, you're blowing your own mind. That's how you know when your intuition is heightened, you're going to blow your own mind. It's not going to be, yeah, I knew that. Yeah, that. No, you're going to be blowing your own mind. Like, wow. You're going to be loving that you're trusting yourself. You're going to be loving that you're picking up that. You're going to be loving that you're leaning into that vibration. You know it's your intuition. It's not your mind speaking to you. It is your intuition. And you're going to feel that. You're going to know that with everything in your beingness. And you're going to tell that it went to a heightened level. You're going to tell it. Not only are you going to tell it, your actions are going to speak to it. Everything that you're doing is going to speak to it. Like, it's going to feel a little like, whoa, what is this? But it's good because you know what it is. You know what it is. Yeah. So that's an ascension symptom. Here's another one, seeing repeating numbers. Now, this is a pretty ancient one, I think, for us moderners on the planet in this incarnation, because people will see these numbers everywhere, 222, 333, and we love it. 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 We see these numbers, because the numbers are letting you know that you are in flow. You have a direct communication with source. Direct communication. No interceding necessary. No needing of nothing. Just you and source. That's it. Clear channel. It's a clear channel. So I often tell people, like, they'll say, oh, I seen 77. Oh, I seen 223. And I say, go within. Go within. Go within. If there's something you want clarity on, you can ask at that moment. If there's something you need to affirm, you can affirm it. If there is something that you need or seeking some sort of intuition or knowingness in, you can ask for it at that time. That's letting you know you are in alignment. If you're doing something and you say, well, I'm taking a chance and I'm going to do this, and you want to know, bam, when that number shows up, that is your confirmation. You're in alignment. You're in alignment. No more guessing. I know what that is. I know what the 333 means. I know what the 77 is. I know why this 11 is showing up. I know why this is showing up. That's where you want to get. You're going to see those numbers repeating themselves. The universe is letting you know you're on your way. You're on the track. You're there. You're moving. You're grooving. It's letting you know that something is shifting. Something is changing. What is going on with you? Tune in. Tune in. Tune in. Okay? So that's your straight to the source kind of energy. So number 11 of the Ascension symptoms, feelings in your hands, your feet, and in your spine and your neck. You feel that energy. This is Kundalini energy that is moving through you. It's prana, it's chi, it's life force energy. You feel something, take your hands, rub them together. You want to make sure that you get the palms of your hands, because these are the second largest energy centers on your physical body. The palms of your hands, the soles of your feet. The largest energy center on the physical body is your heart chakra. It comes from here all the way down to your fingertips, and it takes up your entire chest cavity. The whole chest cavity, the front and the back. That is the heart chakra. But these right here, and even your fingertips, these are energy centers. Rub your hands together. And wherever you are feeling this energy in your body, I want you to take your hands and place it on your body. And listen to what it is telling you. Listen. If there is some place that have pain, I want you to put it on that spot within your body. I want you to put it there. Put your hand on that spot within your body. Wherever that is, I want you to rub your hands together, touch it, send high frequency light and energy. You want to pour love into those parts of your body, because you have Kundalini energy that is moving through you. And you want that activation of that Kundalini energy that is moving through you. You want it to move through, and you want it to open up and to welcome it in. Welcome it all the way into the body. Yeah. So that ascension symptom is letting you know that Kundalini energy, life force energy, is moving into your physical body. And again, I'll say this again for everyone who is here. If you have something that is causing you pain, that is very problematic or troublesome to you, I want you to be very mindful of it. Make sure you get it checked out to look at it. Ascension symptoms doesn't mean that the physical body doesn't need support, because it does. And if it's gone to the point where it is causing you pain, or it is something that is causing you not to function normally, then you need to get support. You take care of the internal support for the body because you understand what it is, but you make sure that the physical body gets the support that it needs. We have so many bodies, and we got to take care of all our bodies, baby. All the bodies needs to be flowing and beautiful and in high vibration. So next, number 12, the body temperature shifts. If you feel like all of a sudden you feel this heat wave and you're not outside, because it's hot outside. Ooh, baby, it's hot outside. If you feel this frequency and this energy just rushing through your body, I want you to pause, and I want you to let it come in. And I want you to begin to start asking, what is this energy here to teach me? What is it teaching me about me? If this fire is coming in, what is it that you haven't moved on that you need to move on? What is it that you haven't cleared out physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, that you need to clear out? You can begin to hold that thought while the fire is there and release. Remember, I told you the whole earth atmosphere, the Schumann resonance, is calling for release. Release. Letting go of people, letting go of things, letting go of ideas, letting go of thoughts, letting go of feelings that are no longer serving you. So let that go. Let that go. Let that flame is coming up. And then if it continues to come up, I want you to ask yourself, what do I feel passionate about at this point in my life? How are my values? What kind of morals do I stand on? I'm not talking about the world or some system. I'm talking about your values. I'm talking about your morals, the things you govern yourself. What are truths for you? What kind of things get you going? What kind of things just light your fire when you think about it that you get excited about? Because that flame may be coming to tell you, get up, get up. It's time, get up, get up, like get up. It is time for you to get up. And so you know how somebody said, I'm going to light a fire under your ass. So that flame is coming there for that. I want you to also think about what kind of anger, what kind of pain have you been holding that you need to release. You need to let go. You need to let go of it. So if you feel that flame, that's there. If you suddenly feel that you're going in the opposite direction and you feel that a coldness or a chill come over you, I want you to begin to sit with yourself and ask that same question. What is this here to teach me? What is this revealing to me? Because the body is speaking. Where have you left yourself? Where do you feel like you're stuck in your life? Where do you feel you're frozen? No matter what you do, you're trying to break free. Where is it? Because often when we can name something, we can begin to move on it. we can begin to see what is underneath it. The coldness is there. Where do you need more love? Are you loving yourself unconditionally? Are you loving yourself wholeheartedly? Or are you waiting for something or someone outside of yourself to give you something you can give to yourself and need to give to yourself? Doesn't mean we don't receive love from other people, but what kind of love are you giving yourself? Are you giving yourself the cold shoulder? Are you too chill on everything? Are you too neutral? Someone asks you a question, you got to go on both sides. You just chill. You just in the middle. You just chill. Maybe you're too at peace. Because to be at peace means to stand still. That means there's no movement. And the coldness may be coming in because you need a little movement. So start to think about it. This is an ascension symptom that is really showing you where to move. I've heard a lot of sisters talk about perimenopause and menopause symptoms and all of that. And not that I'm not saying that those things are not real, but I think there's a deeper spiritual meaning there. A lot of times for the menopause, if you notice, it's about pausing your focus on the masculine, on the men, and put your focus back on you. Menopause. It's time to pause and turn the focus back to you. Back to you, right? Back out from doing so much, being, because that's all masculine energy. And why would they call something related to women menopause? Relating to the men. Relating to masculine energy, because you can be a woman and you can still be very masculine. If you're do, always go, you're always looking for something to do. Yeah. So perimenopause means to pause the men. Menopause means the men have pause, and so should you. And turn your focus back to you. Your focus back to you. So I want to add that because that's another one. Anytime I start talking about the temperature and talking about the temperatures and the body temperatures with women so that they can understand this is a call for self-love. It wasn't until most recently in the East, there was no such name as menopause. So women in the East were not experiencing this. So a lot of it has to do with us, our diet, our way of life, how we think, how we operate within relationships. All of that has a lot to do with it. So I want you to think about it. If you're experiencing that, I'm not saying don't get those symptoms and those things. Support it within you. I'm telling you, let's go deeper and let's look at the metaphysical understanding, because everything starts from within, and what emotion is sort of driving this behavior to be at this level. That's where it's coming from. And during this window, I personally have felt why so many women, young, old, I've had sisters from all over the world come to me and they're talking about perimenopause or menopause symptoms. Brothers, stay tuned, brothers. We gonna move on, but stay with me. This is important. And they have said to me, they said, you know what? I think I'm perimenopause. I think I'm menopausal. I said, well, I'm not a doctor, so I'm not going to diagnose you, but let's talk about the emotional component, because there is an emotional component for all of these things that are happening. And I want you to understand the emotional component for what that is, for getting hot, for getting cold, for getting hot, for getting cold, particularly if you're a woman, because remember, women, we have two hearts. We have a heart in our chest and we have a heart in our yoni. So we have two hearts. And if you count the high heart, which is here right behind the thymus, we have three hearts. Three hearts. And those three hearts are impacted in a big way. Most women, our heart, where we put our pain and stuff our pain, is in our wound. That's where we're stuffing it, in our wound area. We are stuffing it in our wound. That's why there's so many wound issues. Or we're stuffing it in our heart, in our chest. So many breast issues, so many issues within the breast because of that. And then also, one of the things with men and women, because men have two hearts, they have the high heart here where their Adam's apple is, and they have the heart in their chest. And this is why the number one issue in the world, definitely in the West, let me kind of be a little conservative here, is thyroid issues, because that's what controls the temperature within the body. The thyroid issue. Public speaking, the number one fear in the world. Because when you're speaking, usually in a group of people, I don't care how curated your speech is, I don't care what kind of teleprompter you got, you're going to end up speaking your truth. And most people are scared to say and speak their truth. Let that sink in. So let's go to number 13 of the Ascension symptom. Yeah, let's go to Ascension symptoms. I hope y'all are enjoying this. I'm enjoying our time together. Let's get those likes up. Really will help the channel out. We did have a goal for tonight for the super chats. I don't know if you guys see it. I want to say thank you to everybody who has donated to that as well. And just thank you all for being here. And Yeah. And child, I don't need to be in chat, because I see some of these questions and I definitely want to dive into this whole relationship and about how you got to show up for somebody. Listen, y'all ain't ready to go there. We ain't ready to go there. We ain't ready to go there. Not tonight. We ain't got enough time, but we'll go there because I think that's a great conversation to dive into. But let's continue to go. So we talked about the temperature. Let's go to this one. This one is so good. Thank you, BK. Now, thank you so much for, I don't know, like, I got to learn how to see, but I see you guys are doing this. Let's get those likes up. We got more than 300 people in the live, but that would be really helpful. Let's get the likes up. We can still share it out. We got a little bit more to go. I'm going to stay focused. Let's go to the next one. This one, Ascension symptom, so powerful. And we talked about this earlier, random memory resurfacing. Random, just some random shit. Boom. Just coming up. You like, whoa, where that thought came from. Not only random memories coming back, people from the past, exes from the past coming back trying to circle the block. Okay. People trying to circle the block, which that's been going on, quite frankly, for the last couple of months. People are circling back around, coming back up. Remember, discernment. Not everybody deserves another opportunity. That's going to be your discernment. Everything that shows back up in your life doesn't mean it's supposed to be. And at the same time, we are all learning. We are all growing. And sometimes people deserve to know your truth and to see if you two can meet and move forward. Notice I didn't say deserve another chance. No. They don't deserve another chance. Not another chance. But they deserve, if they're willing to come back with the honest, both of you, with the honest conversation, because that's how you know. And we can have an honest conversation and we can agree to either move forward or not move forward. But some people don't give them another chance. Because this time they're going to try to go for the kill. And I'm not being dramatic. They're going to try to go in for the kill. They didn't get you that first time, but they're going to try to come back. They're going to try to come back and circle back out, and they're going to try to come in for the kill. This time, they're going to make sure they succeed. They're not going to slip this time. They're going to try to really do you in. So be mindful of that. Use your discernment. That's not everybody, but it does exist. You understand? It does exist. It does. So when people circle back around and they don't want to come with the honest conversation, that's a red flag. That's a red flag, because you got to know that I know what you did. You got to know that. You got to know. You got to know I know what you did. Don't play with me. So discernment, you guys. But there may be thoughts that come back. There may be thoughts that come back. There may be people who come back. You understand? There may be exes that come back. There may be exes that come back. But I want you to understand this isn't about a second chance, right? Because there are certain situations in life where it goes beyond chances. Sometimes somebody may not get it right 10 times and you may let them back just because of the nature of how they're coming back and what's going on with you and what's going on with them. So we're not going to put a number and giving no second chance. We're not doing that. But we can meet together and we can agree, and then we can do the discernment. Some people, they don't deserve the meeting. They don't. They don't deserve the meeting. No. They don't. They don't deserve the meeting. Listen, they don't deserve the meeting. And if you didn't hear nobody tell you, because you know, you're clear about what went on. You're clear about what happened. You are clear. You are crystal clear about what happened. There's nothing else. That's when you do a Erykah Badu, maybe in another lifetime. But this one, are we good? We're Gucci. We're done. We're done. We're finished. We're done. We're done. We're good. Have a good life. Maybe next life, but not this one. Never give you another chance, right? That's why you don't want to do that. Discernment. I promise you, discernment, right? Discernment. The don't deserve the meeting. That's right. Some people don't deserve a meeting. They don't. They really don't. They don't. No, they don't. Don't let them tell you they do. They don't. Do you know how different this world would be if we stopped, particularly as melanin people, stopped giving people another chance? You know, I learned something very interesting about Haiti. Do we have any Haitians in the building? Because this was fascinating to me, and I don't think I came across this information. If I did, I missed it. Did you know that they're one of the countries that has redone their constitution many, many times. Many, many times. Yeah, Spencer, I don't F with you. Yeah, that part. But in the Haiti Constitution, which it was written back in, I don't know, whenever Haiti got their freedom. So forgive me, I don't have my facts. This is just something that intuitively dropped in. They put in their constitution that no one who was Anglo-Saxon descent could own land in Haiti. Let that sink in. The moment they were free, they wrote in their constitution that the only people who could own land in Haiti. Thank you, Dr. J. The only people who could own land was Haitians. Was Haitians. Did you know that? Did you know that? Now, as they went on, the language changed. They didn't single out Anglo-Saxons. They said, if you're not Haitian, baby, I don't care who you are. You can't buy no land over here. You can't buy no land over here. You cannot. You cannot. You can't buy our land. You're not Haitian. You can't buy land here. Now, that was a power move. Yeah, I didn't know that. That was a power move. Real power move. That was a power move. That was a power move that they put it in writing. And they did that because they said you need land to enslave people. If you own the land, you can enslave people in the land. Yeah. I say that because we're going to need constitutions for ourselves going forward. And it's based on your experience of where you know things have happened to you, not constitutions against other people, but to support yourself. What kind of things will you support within yourself to prevent you from doing something against you? That's what I want you to think about. That's the point of that message. It's about making sure you put things in place now for you. A constitution to yourself. A constitution is not for other people. It's to protect you. And so sometimes things happen to us because we don't have a constitution. So we don't have values. We don't have laws and bylaws that we govern ourselves by. And so we're presented with situations that we ain't never been in before. And so we are just winging it based on our feelings and our emotions. And we end up doing something we don't want to do or in situations we don't want to be. So yeah. I thought I'd give that to y'all. All right, let's go to 14 because I think this ties immediately in. And this is, I could do a drum roll, please, on this one. Less tolerance for drama. That's an Ascension symptom. Did y'all know that? If you ain't got time for the BS, no time for it, you know that you on your way to 5D. When you don't have time or tolerance for drama, you ain't got time for it. You don't have time for it. In fact, you call it out when you see it and you're out of it. You ain't got time for it. You ain't got time. That's an ascension symptom. When you're not interested, when you're not running to go, when something appears to be drama so you could get all the juicy details. There you have it. There you have it. Let's go to the next one. Let's go to the next one. Let's go to the next one. When you ain't got time for all of that, listen, you are ascending, okay? You are ascending. So here's another one, number 15, and we only have a few more to go. Number 15, feeling called to change your routine. Can we just talk about that one? How many of you are feeling called to just flip it and totally reverse it, like your whole routine? From the time you get up in the morning to the time you go to sleep, you are being called to just change that. Just change it. Just scratch that. Just change it. How many? That's why you shady. I know that's right. How many are you feeling called to just change your whole routine? Just change it. Change it up. I don't care if you already changed it. You're feeling called like maybe we need to make adjustments. Maybe we need to switch it up a little bit here or just here. How many of you are feeling called to change it? To just change your routine. This is an ascension symptom, you know? I love it. Thank you. I love it. I love it. You understand how many of you are just being called? I want you to know there's a reason for this. This is, July is the month that I'm going to do a Chris Brown that's going to change your life. This month, many of you, this is going to change your life. It's going to elevate your life completely. Not because I say so. This is bigger than me. It's bigger than us. If you are tuned in, tapped in, tuned in, and I know you are, because that's why you're here and you're listening. You're listening for real. You're listening within harder than you ear hustling to things that are in the cosmic streets. You're listening within and you're taking action on those things that are coming to you. You're less distracted. You're more focused. You're more focused. Speaking of which, let me ring the bell. I'm going to ring the bell for the Futuristic Activation Collective. You guys, the July report is out and I got your power dates in there, baby. You want to go back and listen. Your power dates are in there. I'm also going to tell you when you have to definitely be riding the cosmic waves out here in these streets. So you want to go and tap in and make sure Futuristic Activation Group that you are listening to that report. It is already out there for you guys as well. So let's go to 16. This one here, 16. Ascension symptom, and this is heart opening. You can feel your heart literally expanding and opening like on levels you've never felt before. And there is a calling for forgiveness. First, starting with yourself and with everyone else. Forgiveness. Remember, I have to always say this. It's a reminder also to myself as well. But forgiveness, doesn't excuse behavior. It doesn't make a wrong right. It's not giving power to someone else. That's not what forgiveness is. Forgiveness is about forward giving. Forward giving, giving your future self an opportunity to move forward. So there is a for and give and giveness. And it's to you. The greatest forgiveness is yourself first and others. So many people have a prison and they got their mamas, their daddies, their children's, their exes, their friends, their coworkers, invisible people they don't know, random people, celebrities. They got, honey, all these folks in prison that they're carrying around with them. Forgiveness. Forgiveness. Open the cage and let yourself and everyone out, please. Because whoever you're holding in that prison, you have to guard them. That means that your focus is on them because you have to guard them. You have to watch them. That's why you ask yourself, if you work at a prison, who's really in prison, the guards or the prisoner? Or are they both one and the same? Because you have to watch the prisoner. You got to watch them. You got to watch what time they get up. You got to watch what they post on social media. You got to watch what they're saying. You got to keep up with them because that's your prisoner. It's time for the forgiveness. And if you're feeling this, then your ascension to the 5D is there. The tenderness. Are you feeling some sort of tenderness for yourself? True enough. Being tender with yourself, that is handling yourself with care, with love, with respect, with honor, with joy. And are you giving that tenderness? We're all born with all of our chakras open. Very rarely do people have closed heart chakras, right? But this opening I'm talking about, one that is real, that is filled with courage, that is filled with compassion, that is filled with expansion. Yeah, the chambers in the heart, the chambers within your heart. Open the chambers within your heart. Yeah. So let's go to 17, and this is going to complete the ascension symptoms here and that opening of the heart, because one thing I want you to remember about the heart, it's neutral. So anytime you're holding anything else there, you ain't really in your heart. Not really, because the heart is neutral. Neutral. It's where the physical and the spiritual world meet. It's a portal too, but it's a neutral zone. The mind, the false matrix. This is how we feed the matrix, through our thoughts and feelings and emotion and attention. It's so sophisticated. It can fabricate emotions because it's trying to keep you safe. It thinks that it's helping you. The mind predicts your future from your past. That's why you don't listen to it. Because are you trying to build your future based on what happened to you in the past? This is why people can't get out the circle jerk. Because they're listening to the false matrix in their mind. So, when you feel your heart open, when you feel you have that place of forgiveness, when you can feel that tenderness within yourself, and by no stretch of the imagination am I talking about being weak, because this is where we get the courage. This is where our authenticity lies. You know, back in the day, in my mystery school called the Know Your Magic School before it was self-invested, you would have to get a reading before you entered. And it was called the Emerald Tablet, where we went into the 4 chambers of the heart. It wasn't easy to face what we have been storing in a neutral zone. But it was causing war on our minds, war on our bodies, war in our relationship, war on every area of our lives. So, if you feel your heart is opening and you can feel the forgiveness, not to set others free, but to set yourself free. Because it's a lot of work when you don't forgive. Because now you become the prisoner too. Because you got to keep up with all of those prisoners. You got to keep up with them. Yeah. And I know you. Some of you out there, you got a lot of prisoners. Set them free. All right, let's go to 17, which is the last one of the Ascension symptoms of this time. And that is a deep sense, like you can literally feel it in your bones. That's something so gorgeous, something so good is coming, and you know it. You don't have proof. You can't see, but you know something good. So good, so juicy and gorgeous and good is coming. And it's coming for you. Yeah. Yeah. It's coming for you. That's your ascension symptom, letting you know you are on your way to 5D. And I want you to remember, 5D isn't a place to run to. It's not. It's a frequency you become stable enough to live from. And that's the whole point. You want to become stable enough to live from it. Now, we at 2 hours. I got a whole nother section to go to. But we already at 2 hours. So I'm going to pause it right there. Because I think this was good. We're tapping into the 5D. We are. There are ascension symptoms that are happening. And on this 7/7 portal, yeah. Let me give you the 7 principles. I'm not going to go into the details. We're going to run through this really, really quick, everybody. Okay? So don't stop your girl. Just let me flow. I want to get these likes up. Since we are at 2 hours, I'm about to give y'all a whole masterclass right here. 3 hours right here if y'all want to continuously going, let's tap. We going to have to start incorporating what they do on other platforms. Let me see where we are. We got to get at least, I need to get 300 likes. We don't get 300 likes. We just gonna stop right here. I know y'all can run it up. We at 294. And those of you who haven't subscribed, I want you to do that, to subscribe. I want to say thank you for the super chat. It really helps the channel. Oh, thank you, TT. Moments for celebration. Thank you so much, my love. But let's get it there. We're at 298. Come on. Y'all can do it. Thank you so much. And I appreciate you too. Y'all make sure y'all like and subscribe. Turn that bell, that notification on. Listen. We got goals. We got goals here. And I'm ready to ride with people who ready to ride with me. Ain't no way we sitting up here and we listening. And we got people out here talking about booty on a stick. And y'all ain't hitting that like button. Y'all not subscribing to the channel. Y'all not passing this on to other people. Come on. We got to do better. We got to do better. I know, Shaquan, I wish we could tap like TikTok too. Let me not say that. They be done kick me out. But we got to do something. We just got to do something. Listen, I'm just telling y'all. If y'all want to support me, we got to do something. We got to do better than this. We got to comment on these shows. I want you guys to pass these shows on. I want you to get the likes out. Now, if I was just here for the fanfare and just here for the coin, then I wouldn't care. I wouldn't care what y'all did as long as I was getting paid. But I really, really love doing this work and I love sharing it with you guys. But listen. Yeah, I just literally seen somebody on YouTube talking about that. They showing that on YouTube. Oh, they got hundreds of thousands of followers and likes, and we're the people with the awareness at. We're the people with the work, doing the work at. Where y'all at? Yeah. Yeah. See, y'all don't like it when I talk like that, but that's the real talk. If I was over here talking foolishness, we see that. I can post them in the notes section. Nope, I'm not posting them in the notes section. I'm not doing that. We got to run this up. We got to run this up. Let me look over here and see what's really good. Let me see. Some of y'all subscribe and unsubscribe after y'all listen to the live. Like, listen, we're not doing none of that no more. Nope, no more. Them days is over, boo. They over. I have been enlightened again. I've been enlightened. We ain't doing that no more. We gonna call a spade a spade. We gonna do it. Let's go through the 7 principles because y'all did get your girl to 337 likes. We are here. I know. I love you guys too. But we need more than love. We need action. That's what we need. We need action. We need more than love. We need love and we need action. We got to put them together. What Dr. Martin Luther King told us, love without power is useless, and power without love is useless. We need love and power. That's what we need. We need love and power. That's what we need. We need both of them. So here we go. Let's talk about the 7 principles, okay, for living. Don't forget about the recommendation. Oh, okay, for the water. Okay, I got you. I remember. Yeah, see how y'all try to tell me to remember? I'm going to need y'all to remember. Remember? Okay? Y'all know who said that. Welcome on in, Miss Lisa. Thank you. I see some of y'all came out of hiding. That's what I'm talking about. Y'all got to run this up. I've been doing this for 2 decades. I'm a little tired. I think y'all were better when y'all didn't see me, when y'all just heard a voice. When y'all just heard a voice, I had 4 million plus 8 million followers. Y'all now, oh, we done got lazy on the fingers The fingers done got lazy. I'm going to make sure I don't get lazy. Y'all make sure y'all don't get lazy. Okay? We ain't going to get lazy. Here we go. 7 principles for living a more 5D conscious perspectives. Listen, don't push me, mush, talking about the 7 points, please. See that kind of talk? Don't push me. Don't push me. No, 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 no. Mush, mush. Don't push me, mush, mush. Don't push me, because I'm going to look and see if you subscribed. All right. So here we go. Let's go through the 7 principles. I really want to give this. And I'm having a good time. Please don't get your boxers. No boxers and no panties in a bind. Okay. We having a good time over here. We're going to keep it copacetic. So here we go. Let's talk about the 7 principles. Principle number 1. And I know you all know this. Self-awareness. But I need you to understand that self-awareness comes from transformation. You don't get self-awareness if there is no transformation. So notice your thoughts. I want you to tap into your emotions and reaction. And you need to do that. You need to do that without immediately judging them. Sometimes we don't let ourselves go through the motion because we're so busy worried about how everybody else is going to judge us that we end up judging ourselves. So self-awareness comes before transformation. Don't forget that. Notice your thoughts, your emotions, and your reactions. Just notice them, because the more conscious you become of your inner world, the more intentional your choices can be. You can't be, or better said, you can't make better choices if you're not even aware of what's happening on the inside. So, of the 7 principles for living a more 5D conscious perspective life, self-awareness, remember, it comes before transformation. You don't get your transformation and then become self-aware. No. So, one of the things that you can do is you can actually give yourself, do a countdown. Count backwards from 5. That's going to give you that space in between. It's going to give you that moment, that little gap, that little pause. And begin to just kind of connect yourself and say, what is this experience? What is it showing me? If you want to get real into it, what is it trying to teach me? Teach me, baby, teach me. What are you trying to teach me in this moment? Because this is a signal from your higher self that's coming directly from your soul, and it's speaking to you. And so if you want to dive into that practice, really, really start to give yourself that space. Okay, let's go to number 2. Number 2 of the 7 principles for living a more 5D conscious and having that perspective is love becomes stronger than fear. You must make your love stronger than fear. And I want to say this because we've been lied and hook-wink and bamboozled about our ego. And I want you to know the ego is fear. Yeah. Somebody acting out, somebody puffing up, all that's fear. That's fear. That's fear. If it's not love, it's fear, which is ego. That's a main portion of your ego. It doesn't come across as fear, but it's fear. People are doing these things, saying these things, acting this way out of ego, out of fear. And I want you to know, in order for you to have a growth-oriented mindset shift, you have to shift from survival mode and think of it like a knob. You have to turn it from survival mode to curiosity. That's why I tell you guys all the time, get curious. Something crazy happened to me the other day, and I just got curious. I said, I'm curious. Now I'm curious because I'm trying to figure out where the hell this come from. Oh, I'm real curious. Get curious as the song for those of you who are old enough. I'm curious. Yeah, you got to get curious. Go from get out of survival and get into curiosity. So if you say, oh, my bank account got a negative, get curious. Don't go into survival mode, curious, right? So you switch from survival to curiosity, and then compassion, and then courage, and then you get into trust, So you go from survival to curiosity. That's your pathway. I'm giving you the steps. And as you're getting curious, you become compassionate. Once you're able to tap into the compassion, you start to get the courage. And once we start to get to the courage, we moving fast now. Now we trust. And that's how you walk your way out of it, where love becomes stronger than fear. That's when love becomes stronger than fear. When fear appears, don't keep saying false evidence appearing real. No. Acknowledge it. I'm scared. Scared as hell. Not sure what's going to happen. I feel like I want that person in the face. Yeah, that's fear too. And then choose one small action that aligns with your values instead of your worries. Your values. Notice I said values because you got to have them. If you got love, you got values. And we got to remind ourselves to make sure that we are moving towards our values instead of what we're worried about, because that is putting us back in the fear category. So love becomes stronger than fear. Let's go to the next one. Number three, 7 principles for living a more 5D conscious life. In this perspective. Number 3, your nervous system matters. And I know that's like a hot topic word that's come on the planet, but the truth is I've been teaching it for many years and we've been working with it for many years. Now we have a different language for it. When your body feels safe. So important here, you guys. It's easier to think clear. But if you're anxious, if you're nervous and you all over the place, you can't think clear. Your body has to feel safe. When your body feels safe, you can connect with others authentically. When your body feels safe, you can access your creativity. You can access your intuition. It's not somewhere you have to go searching for. It's not somewhere you have to go digging up. It will be able to be at your disposal. And so some of the things that you can do to really bring these practices in, and it's some of the things that I definitely hold dear to my heart. Number 1, you have to prioritize quality sleep. I'm not telling you to sleep for 10 hours, 8 hours, 5 hours, because you may not be in a sleep cycle for you. But you have to make quality sleep a priority. When you are sleeping, mindful breathing. Because most of the time we are not breathing. We're not doing deep breathing. We're just breathing from surface. and time in nature. It's more than walking on the grass. It's the air. It's being in communication with other living entities on the planet that are not human and human. It's the sun. It's the trees. It's the ants. It's the butterflies. It's the birds. It's being in nature itself. This speaks to your nervous system in a telepathic way, a way that your mind sometimes troubled to speak to your nervous system. It helps you get out of yourself. It helps you to see that you are a part of something bigger and greater. Not separate from. You are a part. You're a part of that same energy that moves the clouds across the sky, that moves the leaves on the trees, that helps the flowers grow. So time in nature, it does the nervous system good. Number 4. Authenticity replace performance. And I don't want you to get caught up on a vernacular. I don't want you to get caught into that, because what we think is performing with our eyes is different energetically. So authenticity, when you're in this state of living more consciously from the 5D perspective, authenticity starts to replace performance. We're not just smiling in your face, acting like we like you when we don't. See, that's performing. Performing is you telling somebody you're going to come help them, but you don't want to help them. That's performing. Performing is you saying yes to doing something that you don't really want to do. I'm going to get you, Ashy Angel. I'm going to get you. Yeah, I have to sleep. I sleep. So I want you to think of it that way. When authenticity replaces performance, you begin making decisions that reflect who you truly are rather than who you think you're supposed to be. See, there's a difference. That's why every now and again, you got to pop out on them. Show them, listen, this is who I am too. You understand? So you can understand the difference. So you start making decisions that reflect who you truly are rather than who people think you are supposed to be, And so one of the practices you can do is you can ask yourself, is this decision coming from my truth or from a need for approval? I gotta prove myself. I gotta keep going. I gotta keep letting people know I know this, and I know all of these things, and I've done all of these. That kind of rhetoric, that kind of thing. Let's go to number 5. Number 5, gratitude changes your focus. Ooh, this is a big one, y'all. Gratitude changes your whole entire focus. Gratitude doesn't ignore life's challenges. Number 1, it doesn't. But what it does is it trains your attention to recognize opportunities. Yeah, it does. It trains your attention to know this is an opportunity for me. It helps you to learn about support. Yeah, support. That's right. It trains your attention to be able to recognize beauty, and you can see it in every single thing. And growth. Oh my gosh. Yeah. It trains your attention to recognize growth. And this is the part I want you all to get, even during difficult seasons of your life. It does. That's gratitude. Gratitude will change your whole focus on what direction you are moving into going into another direction. It does. Number six. Service and connections naturally expand. Naturally expand. Your service and your connection naturally expands. Now, I have to put this in here, and this is one of the ones I downloaded, but I said, what about the algorithm? I'm going to keep it real. What about the algorithm? What about the algorithm? And then I realized, wait a minute. Bring it back, Blue. We're not talking about that. Service and connection naturally expands. I'm talking about real connections, not NPCs and bodies. Real connection. And I said, oh, when my guide said that, I said, oh, okay, I'm going to leave that one in there because I was questioning it. Now, as people become more grounded, here's something I've noticed. They are often inspired to contribute. If they're grounded, they will contribute on their own. No one has to tell them. They'll do it. They'll encourage other people on their own. And they'll build meaningful relationships. And so that's one I want us to hold close. And here's a practice. One of the things, and I've been doing this for a long time, and I try to remind myself to do it, but perform one intentional act of kindness each and every single day without expecting anything in return. And then perform one intentional act of kindness, still not expecting anything in return, but for someone who has assisted you. Those are two things that I live by. And every single day, there's not a day that goes by I don't try to hit both of them. And if it's not someone I've never met, like a stranger, and I'm out, I do that act of kindness for someone who has given kindness to me. And I give that to all of you guys as well. That's one of the reasons I have continuously, year after year, came back here for that intention. Because just that one comment of someone really, really knowing that it's helping somebody is enough for me to do it without asking for anything in return. And so, yeah, I want to give that. I don't know who you were that put that up there, but I send that right back to you. I send that right back to you. I send it right back. Okay, let's go to number 7. Oh, we're almost done. This is number 7, you guys, of the 7 principles of living a more conscious 5D life. Yeah. So here we go. Whew. This is number 7. Growth. Oh my goodness. Growing up on planet Earth, right? We got to be responsible while growing up on planet Earth. I don't know how many of you remember me back in the day when I came up with that almost 19, 20 years ago. But listen, growth is a daily practice. There are no days off. I need y'all to repeat it. Growth is a daily practice. There are no days off, and it is not a destination. Is not. As much as I would love for it to have been a destination, because listen, you don't know how bad I would have been trying to get to that destination. If there was just a place you could go and grow and say, whoo, I'm finished growing. Yeah, I can finally move. No, it's a daily practice, just like self-love. It's a daily practice, right? Not a destination. So whether someone calls it higher consciousness, it doesn't matter. Personal development, spiritual expansion, we got all of these fancy names. It doesn't matter. It isn't about becoming perfect. That's not it. It's about becoming more present, more compassionate, and more in alignment with your deepest values, the ones that you live by, the ones that you share with your children and your loved ones and people you care about. People should know what you value. And if you're afraid to tell people close to you what you value, do you really value it? So one of the things I would tell you that I practice, you can end each day by asking, as my daughter would say, what did I learn? What did you learn today? Because surely there was something you learned today that was profound, but maybe you just haven't taken chance to see. And where did I choose love over fear? Believe it or not, this show tonight is love over fear. It's love over fear. And what am I ready to release? Just what are you ready to let go of? And sometimes the letting go is not really the big, bulky, heavy things that we've been carrying most of our lives. Sometimes it could be that thing that happened within the moment. Because when it's left and it festers, it becomes a burden. And then lastly, this one always makes me smile, and I close my day when I get ready to go to bed on this. What do I want to embody tomorrow? That brings the curiosity, it brings the love, it brings the joy, and really begin to think about it. So, I want you all to know, whatever your beliefs are, right? Moving towards a higher way of living, it starts with one simple choice. And that one simple choice turns into many choices. So more awareness, more compassion, more integrity, more gratitude, more peace. When those become your daily practice, your life begins to reflect the frequency, not any frequency, but the frequency you've chosen to live from. Yeah. Yeah, that part. Yeah, so there we go, you guys. We did it. We did it. We did it. We made it through everything. Remember, 5D isn't a place that you can run to. It's a frequency you become stable enough that you can live from. And that's going to be the greatest challenge for humanity. Not that we can't get the 5D, because I'm sure everybody has been on 5D. Something has come through your life. Something has opened up within you. Something has sparked inside of you, and you have got a taste or had moments or had seasons on 5D. But now we want to live. We want to live from it, not just visit it. Yeah. Well, I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're here. Because nothing can keep us from it. So that's going to do it for me, you guys. Thank you all for coming by. Of all the places on planet Earth you could be in this whole wide world, you chose to be right here on YouTube. One of my favorite places to be on the planet. Believe it or not, I had so much fear when I first thought that I had to come on camera, just because I can be a little weird and goofy and silly. And sometimes people don't get my humor. Hell, sometimes I don't get it. But I was willing to bet on myself. And I'm so glad that you guys followed me here. And I hope that you are betting on yourself. And as we continue to move through this energy and tap deeper into 5D and just continue to grow up on planet Earth, that we will keep making this one of the places we continuously come back to time and time again. So I am Ms.Blue, the Soulful Oracle. I love you all so much. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Let me know in the comments section your thoughts on the show. Don't forget to like, subscribe, pass it on, share it with a friend or somebody. Give it to many of your friends. Post it on your social media. You know, all the things that we do. And I will meet you all back here in the frequency. Oracle kisses. Peace and love, so family. Peace and love. I love you all. Let's have an amazing rest of the week. We gotta come back. What's today? We're going to talk about that Cancer new moon. Because, listen, it's some good stuff. It's some really good, juicy stuff going on. And we're going to tap into it. So I love you all so much. Thank you all so much. Oh, I'm looking at some of y'all. I owe y'all some emails. Don't worry. I'm gonna be getting I'm getting in there. I promise you. I love you all so much. Peace and love, soul family.